Very good morning, all of you. In today's period, we have to study the problems in service marketing. It means that what type of problems service marketing is going to face now. Those problems we have to study in detail. Okay, the service providers face a number of problems while doing the marketing of services. A good number of these problems arise due to the typical characteristics of the services, and they are as follows. It means that we have to understand what are the typically characteristics of the services are there, and due to those characteristics some problems service provider is going to face now, and those are as follows. First problem we have to understand here: heterogeneity. Services cannot be standardized. This heterogeneity is greater if the service is processing the people or changing the people. For example, the service of the placement agency or a bureau or a beauty parlor. Thus, neither the service producer or neither the service product can be standardized nor the procedure to supply the services. Okay, this is not standardized. That's why you will find there is a heterogeneity. Okay, this problem can be resolved by identifying the customer's requirements and by writing a specification for the product. The actual product can be compared with the specification to judge the quality, to judge the quality, consistency of the service. If the product specification changes, then we can modify the methods of service delivery to suit the purposes. By this way, the problem of heterogeneity can be controlled to a great extent. Sometimes heterogeneity is due to the personality traits of the service staff. The mood of the service staff changes during the day, and this affects the service quality and delivery also. It means that mood of the staff is also important. The staff therefore should be trained for maintaining the emotional balance. There should be emotional balance of the staff. They should be awakened about the elements of the emotional labor involved in each job and how they should extend the same, namely the need for this smile on the face, etc. It means that why your smiley face is liked by the others and why smiley face is essential. In this way, you should have to know. Okay. Then another thing is also there. Another problem in service marketing you will find simultaneity. Simultaneity means what? The process of consumer, the process of the presence of the customer at the time of the production. The presence of the customer at the time of production of the service is another problem. The customer watches the service production and so the errors in the production which can be otherwise covered and cannot be made so. Again, the presence of the customer may make the service staff feel awakened to make the correction and rectification. Sometimes even there is no chance to make testing of the service before it is delivered. In case of good persisting or in case of good also, pre-testing for the quality is possible. It means that in case of goods also pre-testing is possible, but in case of services that is not possible. This is highly impossible in case of the services. Therefore, there is a need to provide special attention to the performance of the staff during the service production. Okay. This is also second problem in case of services marketing. Then third problem you will face safety. The customer safety is an important aspect of service quality. The layout and design of facilities should be such that they provide maximum safety to the users. Similarly, wherever possible, safety precautions and instructions should be displayed. The customer should be induced on the safe use of the facilities. Okay, and for that purpose also safety about services This is also the problem. Then signposting. Signposting at the service center provides the needed guidance and directions to the new customers. It is not done, which happens at the several service centers. The customers remain wandering in the service center in search of suitable person or section. This creates a very bad impression of the service providers. Similarly, a non-curator's response of the staff to the inquiries of such customers is also problem. It means that whatever maybe staff is going to provide such type of services, their response is also not possible, not a positive. Okay, boards, wall painting, and signs providing direction to the customers relating to how to reach to the required spot or person in a good solution of the problem. That is the good solution, don't forget it all. Such type of a sign posting is a good solution of this problem. Again, behavioral training of the staff for factual handling of the new customers and supply of needed information also remedies the problem. Okay, in this way, fourth problem is there, signposting. The next problem is also we have to study layout. Many service supplying centers do not pay attention to the layout of the service center. An improper layout restricts, forbids, and sometimes obstructs the easy and quick access to the service points. For example, in a hospital, the location and layout of the OPD section, emergency ward, accident wards, etc. plays an important role. A difficult and long route access to these sections create problems of efficiency. Similarly, in schools, the location and layout of the classroom, library, laboratories, playground should be given special attention. Otherwise, not only the access will become difficult, but the movement of students of one section will disturb the work of the another section. Moreover, decoration is another important aspect. Decoration influences the atmosphere of the service center. The decoration should provide safety and decency besides supplying assistance and support to the functionalities. Sufficient line, sufficient light, fresh air, convenience should never be neglected while making the interior decorations. If the decoration has unnecessary prompt and artificial, it increases ultimately the cost of services and also may embraces the customers services also. Okay, this is the problem. Then next problem you will face there, that is a manner of delivery of service. As the customer watches the production process and the manner in which the service is rendered to him, he can easily point out the defects and errors in delivery. The capability of the service staff can be questioned. Therefore, the service provider has to see that the service is delivered in prompt, accurate, and satisfactory manner. It means that manner of delivery of service is also very important aspect, but there is a problem in that manner of delivery of services. Then next problem is there, no pre-test. In many cases, it is impossible to make pre-testing of services. Therefore, if the performance of the service staff is erroneous or wrong, at that time, services will be unsatisfactory for the customers. Therefore, the service provider has to see that quality service will be provided right in the first instance itself. Okay, it means that for that purpose, for solution of this problem also some efforts are required there. Then next problem we have to understand, unpredictability. Many a times service quality is disturbed due to the unpredictability of the customer's behavior. For example, a customer coming too late for guided tour may find the company staff a bit annoyed by his delay in reporting, or a customer bringing a big amount for deposit in a bank during rush hour in the form of the large quantity of small denomination currency denotes and coins will not experience a courteous and friend by treatment from the cashier. Such type of unpredictability produces a negative impact on the quality of the services. That's why unpredictability, this is also problem in the service marketing. The next problem we'll face there, that is the price of service. The price discrimination is a major problem of service marketing. Price of service cannot be actually standardized. Two service providers offering the kind of the service may charge different prices of their services. Uniformity in service pricing is practically impossible. Normally, the service provider considers the following factors while fixing the price of the services. What are those factors? Those factors also we have to understand. First factor is there when deciding the price or determining the price is the recurring and non-recurring cost of the service production. Second factor is the quality of the service. Third is credibility and reputation of the service provider. Next is demand position and delivery time. And the last is competition in the market. These factors have some degree of subjectivity in calculation. For example, in respect of cost factor, an accountant providing computerized accounting facility will slow and cost will show the cost of the service different from the other who gives manual services. Definitely the cost of the manual service provider is differ from the cost of the computer service provider, okay, who gives manual services, okay. Similarly the factors we have to understand, those factors also we have to understand, and those factors we have to like the service quality. All these factors we have to understand here. It means that different types of the problems we have to understand, and those problems also we have to understand here, and those problems we are going to study here in detail. Okay, now another problem in service marketing we have to understand, that is a perishability. Service cannot be stored. Don't forget, my friends, service cannot be stored. They lose their existence at the very next moment of their production, and therefore production and consumption of the services takes place at the very same time. Perishability creates the problem of the simple display. Unlike a product, a service cannot be produced and put for the window display. It means that window display of the service is not possible, since this demonstration advantage is not available for the service. The service provider has to depend upon his satisfied customers for the effective advertising of the services. Okay. Then another problem is there, imitability. If one service provider supplies a special facility, it may be imitated by the another, and this cannot be challenged. Okay. Limitations and piracy are the common problems of the services. Therefore, service provider has to reach out each time something new for providing the uniqueness of the services. It means that imitability, that is also very important problem in case of the service marketing. Then next problem we have to understand, labor intensive. Many services are labor intensive. Skilled labor plays a significant role in creation and retention of service quality. Therefore, the service provider has to train the staff to acquire best skills. Similarly, skilled labor turnover is a serious problem in such business. That is, a school gets good number of admissions if there are good teachers, and good qualified and skillful teachers are always in good demand, and so they exits always a great possibility of the high level of employee turnover. It means that such type of labor intensiveness is also the problem of the service marketing. Then next problem we have to study as a student of commerce and marketing, consumers perception. Consumers perceptions and expectations relating to the quality of service change very frequently. Sometimes customers make unrealistic expectations and service providers has to work hard to fulfill at least 50% of them. In case of product, because of physical and visible structure, the limits of modification is clear. But in case of services, the customer may expect a miraculous result. For example, a lawyer or a lawyer may be expected. A lawyer may be expected in win a case carrying out no law point. Okay, the gymnasium trainer may be asked to change and reshape the body structure of the client within few weeks. This overburden the service provider and makes him adopt some shortcuts and quick measures for the result. That's why customers perception, this is also the problem in the service marketing. Then last problem we have to understand, intangibility. Intangibility of the service is the fact, the first and foremost problem. Customers cannot see and know in advance what exactly they are buying. Therefore, appropriate and comprehensive description of the service is one way of the helping the customers visible and the services to the perishable, the services they are going to purchase. Okay, intangibility leads to subjectivity in judgment regarding to the service quality, because a particular level of service may be satisfactory to one customer and dissatisfactory to the another customer. It means that it is differ from one customer to another customer. One may have pleasant experience of the experiment shown and other may have such type of experience may or may not be. Okay, therefore the service provider has to evaluate the service and quality from different angle. He has to develop a broad and considerable outlook and approach to creation and development of quality of services. That's why this is also the important problem in service marketing. What is it? Intangibility. And that is also another problem. In this way, these are 2+ dozen problems we have studied in the service marketing. Okay, now we have to understand, we have to study this services marketing triangle. What is the triangle of the services marketing? First triangle we have to understand here. For the successful marketing of services, three factors are very important. There are interrelatedness and cooperation can produce the successful marketing strategy. These three factors are: first, management; second, employees; and the third, market. The company management is at the top of the triangle. Company management is at the top of the triangle, and the employees and market are the other two base points. Don't forget at all. In this triangle also you'll find company management is seated here at a topper place. Okay, and market and employees, those are at the foot level. Okay, the management will see the strategy and join the employees with the market. The crux of the service marketing is, don't forget it all, listen carefully. The crux of the service marketing is keeping up the promise. What is it? Keeping up the promise. This promise is related to the quality of service and is based on expectation of the customers. The employees will be enabled the firm to become capable to set a promise. So the employees need to be given training for the skill development so that they can deliver everything which is promised. At the same time, the expectations of the customers go on rising. The contact staff can inform the company about these rising expectations. The employees of companies accordingly can modify the services to suit to those expectations. This method of interactive marketing is most useful for successful marketing of services. Try to understand. Okay? In interactive marketing, the producer and consumer have continuous interaction. The producer and consumers have continuous interaction which helps to improve the modification of the quality of the product for suiting to the needs of the customers. The producer regularly gets the feedback from the customer. On the basis of producers, makes changes either in the product or method of the delivery. This interactive marketing has lot of utility in the marketing of services. From the customer's feedback, the service provider pinpoints the areas of improvement. Those may be quality of service, attention of customers, pricing of service, need for innovations, etc. Accordingly, he motivates and trains them to make extra efforts and exert better skills, okay, in the weak areas and thereby improve the quality and marketability of the services. Goods and services, goods and services differ on certain points. These differences necessitates for the preparing a separate marketplace, okay, separate marketplace, market strategy and marketing operations for services. The major points of difference between goods and services we can explain in detail. How we can explain the difference between goods and services? With the help of these half dozen points, we can discuss the difference between goods and services. In case of goods, goods are tangible. First difference is there. Goods are tangible but services are not. It means services are intangible. This is the first difference between goods and services. Then another difference we have to understand here, storage of goods is possible. Try to understand. Goods can be stored but services cannot be stored. Don't forget it all. It means that storage, goods can be stored but services cannot be. Then third point of the difference we have to understand, the quality of service. The quality of service varies with time and person. It means that quality of service you will find difference due to the change in services, change in person, change in place, change in time. It means that quality of service varies with the time and person also. But such type of a situation you will never find in case of goods. Quality of goods can be standardized. That's why such type of changes you will never find there. Okay. Then another difference you have to understand, the status of producer can be separated from his production. The status of producer, can be separated from his products. But in case of services, services are not separable. It means that services are inseparable form and they are inseparable from their producer. This is the difference. Okay. Then next difference we have to understand, goods have durability and longer life. Don't forget it all. Goods have durability and longer life and services are perishable. It means that perishability, this is the feature of the services. That's why services are perishable. That's why they are not having such a longer life like as a goods. Okay. And the last difference we have to understand here, most of the goods are often produced by capital intensive techniques. What is it? Most of the goods are often produced by capital intensive techniques, but most of the services are not a capital intensive but a labor intensive techniques. Okay. In this way, with the help of these 6 points also, we can explain the difference between goods and services. Okay. If any difficulty, you can contact me. Then next point we have to understand the future of service industry. What is the future of service industry? We have to understand. The first point we have to understand here, the famous marketing scholars Fisk, Browns and Bitter has described the progress of service industry into three distinct stages, and those stages also are given here. Those stages are: first stage is prior to 1980. Prior to 1980, the service industry was the crawling out stage. Then between 1980 to 2000, the service industry came to the walking stage, came to the walking erect stage. And the last stage is given from 2000 and onward, the service industry acquired the galloping stage. Okay, what type of stage? Galloping stage. It means that you will find there is a hike in service industry. After 2000, service sector is growing rapidly and it has become the main contributor to the GDP of the country, GDP of the nation. Okay, the growth of the service industries is attributed to the following important factors. First factor we can explain here: increased income. What is it? Increased income. After the economic liberalization, privatization, and globalization, there is an upsurge in income, increment in income, wealth, then affluence and materialism due to the increase in jobs, business opportunities, and mobility of resources. This affluence the created demand for a number of customer services. That's why there is a bright future for this service industry. Then second point is also there: working women. More number of working women take higher education and get wage employment. Most of the educated women prefer to opt their career development rather than following the typical role of the traditional housewife. Naturally, there is a rising demand for baby care services, nurseries, house maintenance, away from the home meals, etc. The double earning couples have a higher level of disposable income which is spent on luxurious like amusement, recreations, entertainment, tours and travels, etc. Similarly, because of out of home duties for women increased in the need for their presentable personality. This again increased the demand for service of beauticians, personal care advisor, diet experts, etc. It means that working women means number of working women are also increasing here. Then next feature is also we have to understand about the future of the market, service industry, that is new leisure ethics and consumerism. The present generation, the present generation does not treat leisure, enjoyment and relaxation as wasteful things. They balance work and leisure equally. So the personal services providing greater comfort and leisure are more and more demanded. Don't forget it all. Similarly, the increase in personal income and new outlook of the life has developed the consumerism and materialism in the society. There is now a greater inclination to spending than saving. Therefore, service industry is also creating new type of services. That's why there is a bright future for the service industry. Then with the help of next point also we can understand the future of the service industry, that is increased life expectancy. This leads to the increased number of middle-aged and old people in the society. They constitute a big buyer class for services like personal care, health and medicine, home banking, housemaids, personal assistance, medical insurance, etc. Increased life expectancy has also extended and lengthened the work life of the people, which has a positive impact on their income and earning capacity. That's why there is a bright future for the service industry. With the help of next point also we can explain the future of the service industry, that is new products and complex products. a number of new products and number of more complex products requiring regular checkup, maintenance, setting and pre-setting as well as repairs are coming in the market and also are used on the large scale by consumers. That is personal computers, inverters, water purifiers, LPG stoves, dish TVs, etc. These are the n number of examples about the such type of products and services. All these products have generated the need for the technical and maintenance services for the consumer as well as product manufacturer. It means that there is a ample scope for the service industry. There is a bright future for the service industry also. Then with the help of another point also we can explain the resources scarcity. Resources scarcity, this had led to the lease and rental services. New service sector is developing which is composed of service provider who offers different types of these resources such as a physical, human, financial, technological or on a rental basis. This reduces the burden of the user in respect of ownership responsibilities. He can simply utilize and enjoy the service by paying the agreed and pre-decided prices. Similarly, this has solved the problem of resources crunch and shortages. It means that there is also such type of a problem. Although there is a problem, but there is a bright future. And the last point I would like to explain about the future of the service industry, that is the increasing complexity of life. Life is becoming more and more complex. Even for solving the problems of day-to-day living, experts and specialists are required for their specific services. For example, income tax consultants, accountants, attorneys, nutritionists and diet experts, marriage counselors, educational advisors, investment consultants and agents, stockbrokers, etc. are nowadays in very demand. It means that all these persons are in very demand. Okay, their services are knowledge based and involve a lot of experience, lot of expertise. So these service providers can give an accurate and workable solution on the problem which is not possible for the common man to devise simply out of common sense, understanding and routine experience. The impact of all the above factors is on the increasing scale. Day by day, the need and utility of the different types of the services is realized more and more by the society. Under each circumstances, the service industry has a very bright future and a tremendous scope for expansion and advancement. It is playing a significant role in increasing the national income, generating employment opportunities and improving the standard of living. Now we have to start the defining and describing even the products in terms of services. So the future is that of service industry. Okay, in this way there is a bright future. With the help of this discussion of these points, definitely we can understand there is a bright future for the service industry. Okay, thank you very much.